Well, the last thing I'll mention from Double or Nothing, which is going to be our lead into talking about Dynamite, was Mercedes and Willow. I'm not going to go through the whole match, but I thought it was a good match. If I were to give a review, I think this was actually a very solid match. Well-worked match. I think they worked well together. Their size difference kind of worked in this case, that Willow was the bigger one and Mercedes was kind of trying to run away from her and keep a distance. I thought it looked good. The work looked good. So if there was somewhere where Mercedes actually earned her money or her big salary that everyone's saying that she was terrible on the promos, at least she had a good match here up until the booking, which is the end part where they decided the fate of this match, which I think that's where we'll jump to just to talk about it, because I think it started here after Mercedes hit a double running knee onto Willow on the outside, and that's where she bumps into Statlander. She pushes Statlander first, and then Statlander's gonna get on the apron and talk to her about pushing her, and then Mercedes pushes her again, and this is where Statlander gets on the apron, and so does Stokely, and this distracts from when Willow is gonna actually put her finishing move on Mercedes and supposedly win the match. So this part is confusing though, because you see Statlander saying no, turn around, telling Stokely stop it, so they're trying to help Willow win, although they do turn on her after the match, but it seemed like genuinely like they weren't really trying to screw her over there. So okay, and then the ending of the match comes. A sunset flip from Mercedes turns into I don't know the name of her finishing move. The Mone Maker. There you go. Put the volume up a little bit. Yeah, that was cool that she hit that on Willow when she was holding her up. That was pretty crazy. Let me rewind that a little bit. The crowd popped for this.
She's got Willow up. Goes towards the center of the ring. Could this be?
Carries her. How does she do that? She's just a little girl. I don't know. I'm kind of impressed by that, but okay. And then post-match, we get the heel turn from Statlander as Mercedes wins the title, and then Statlander pushes Stokely, which I guess was a ruse, because as she's walking away with Willow, she also clotheslines her, and that's her heel turn. So I don't know. I've kind of very shoddily done heel turn, but I don't know if anyone watched this match or wants to give any comments about anything so far.
Yeah, I'll be quick. It was probably the highlight of this whole feud was the match. I thought it was, like you said, pretty good. I could tell that it was very solid and very good. And actually, that's one of the things I said is one of her, Mercedes Mone, strength is actually being, in the ring and being a great wrestler. And her promos obviously were not good, and all the lead up to this was not good, but the match itself was pretty solid.
Did you watch this match, Robert? Were you interested enough to go back and watch it?
I did not watch any of the pay-per-view at all, but I'm hearing you. Yeah, I know, right? But hearing you guys say that it was a good match, I'm not surprised given the people involved. So I don't have a comment on the match, but I will say this: Willow has really grown on me in the recent months. Where like at this point I can say I'm a really big Willow fan. I feel like she's the most entertaining female wrestler out of the whole AEW women's roster. For me, at least, when they play like the baby face persona, many times it often feels like they're playing a baby face persona, whereas for Willow, I feel like that's probably really her. She's not really, playing that role. That's just who she is.
I don't think Willow's an complete asshole in real life. That would be hilarious.
I don't think so. I mean, I would be surprised if she was in real life. But and we already know how good Mercedes is, so I'm not surprised to hear that it was a good match. I probably should go back and watch it at some point.
All right, let me skip to Dynamite now. Let's jump to Dynamite from Wednesday, June 5th. So this was a few days ago now, and we had an explanation for why Statlander turned on Willow. Here's Stokely Hathaway in the back with Statlander, and Statlander basically said that what was it? She was coming back from injury and wanted to get her title back, and Willow wasn't a good friend. She wasn't listening to her. She wasn't lending a friend type of ear or something like that. This is my summary of it. Yeah, it was terrible. I don't know. This was a terrible heel turn. This didn't land. This was
only because there was no lead up to it. There was no explanation why this was happening. There was nothing, no signs of any crack in their relationship. Really, they haven't even. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. This was just bad for those reasons.
Yeah, Robert. I don't know. You want to make any comments about that before I move on from it?
I don't remember her explanation. I just remember it not making sense to me.
Yeah, it didn't really make sense. I had to listen to it twice to try to really get it. But anyways, yeah.